SendQuick Cloud supports monitoring of three types: ICMP ping check, TCP port check, and URL check. ICMP ping check verifies the reachability of a specified server based on its IP address and measures the round-trip time of messages sent from the originating server to the destination computer. This check confirms whether a device monitor is alive and checks for any connection latency. The TCP port check examines the possibility of establishing a connection to a specific application port from different locations around the world. This check confirms connectivity with applications or programs and determines if they are available. Lastly, the URL check ensures web availability and functionality. This tutorial will guide you through the process of checking these three items. To begin, click on Create New Rule, which will take you to a new page to configure your network monitor rule. Enter a name for this rule. Select the device by checking the corresponding box and choosing a device from the provided options. From the drop-down menu, select the rule type. For TCP port check, you may need to enter the TCP port number to monitor it, while for URL check, you may need to enter the URL to monitor it. In the next section, you can configure the 24/7 monitoring frequency as well as the frequency upon failure. The third section allows you to set the alarm trigger mode. There are two types: first trial fail and second trial fail. With the first trial fail mode, an alert will be triggered immediately once all the test attempt packets fail. In contrast, the second trial fail mode will trigger an alert only after the second trial attempt receives no response. The frequency of the second trial attempt depends on the monitoring frequency upon failure set in the previous tab. There are two alert modes: continuous and once. In the continuous mode, an alert will be triggered at the end of every test result within a monitoring frequency interval, regardless of whether it is a pass or a fail. Selecting once means that the system will only trigger an alert once for every change in the system status. The system will send one alert to indicate that the system is down and one alert to indicate that the system is up, without notifying you during every monitoring interval. Before understanding the last three settings, it is important to know how the Internet works. The Internet is a network of networks, so for Internet traffic to travel from one device to another, it needs to be broken down into packets at the source and reassembled at the destination. The total attempts setting indicates the total number of packets selected for testing. For each attempt to pass, a response must be received within the test timeout period. The alarm threshold should not exceed the total attempts value because it represents the maximum number of attempts required to trigger an alert based on the alarm trigger mode. If the alarm threshold value exceeds the total attempts, SendQuick Cloud will only trigger an alert if all the stated attempts are tested and fail. The fourth section allows you to configure server status. In the first tab, you can choose a configuration template for easy setup. In the second tab, you can set the frequency of alert messages for server status or disable them. For daily alerts, choose the hour when alerts will be sent. And for hourly alerts, choose the minute for sending them. In the last section, you can set up notifications. Select recipients from the contact or group list. Set your preferred alert message and the alive text message for ping. If the messages are configured as uneditable, you may not be able to change them here. Finally, click Create to finish the process.